Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk about how our food has changed so much. One thing that I hear a lot is when I talk about like making good swabs, people are like, well, I ate that when I was a kid and we were fine. And I think it's just mainly due to ignorance. I don't think people mean any harm by it, but I think people are completely unaware of how much our food has changed over the years. And people are completely unaware that other countries have the same foods but with different ingredients. I was shocked. I was doing some research on like what they allow in the UK and what they don't. And so their food will have the same exact labeling and same exact packaging, but they won't have any dyes in their food, or they won't have any, hydrogenated oils. And so we are really in a time where we are eating frankenfood. Our food is not the same as it was 20, 30, 40 years ago. And so, what I want to do today is show you some examples of how our food has changed. And that way, you can look at labels and go, okay, like some of this stuff is not necessarily healthy, but it's better than. So, for me, I rarely eat like Skittles and Starburst, but you better believe that I will eat, an organic version of that. And it's not because it's healthy, it's just because it's better than having a regular Starburst or Skittles that has a ton of high fructose corn syrup, which we know your body struggles to process. So I have four different foods that I want to show you, and then I want to show you a few different examples of UK foods versus United States foods, so you guys can get an idea of what I am talking about here. So let me go ahead and add this to the screen. Yay. Oh, hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have an idea. Hold on a second. Sorry, you guys. So you guys know how people are always like, "Oh my gosh, I went to Europe and I ate everything and I ate anything that I ever wanted, and I walked around a little bit and now I'm fine. I don't have any I didn't gain any weight, I feel better actually." That's because of this right here. It's because of the differences in food. So it matters what you put in your body and how your body processes it. So for example, French fries in the UK are a bit different than French fries in the United States. The ingredients that they put in are very, very different. So it does matter. Your body will process the same foods differently. The foods in the UK have less processed ingredients, so your body processes them better. Okay. Let me go ahead and share this with you guys, this slideshow. Exit. StreamYard. Let's add present. Okay, let's make this a slideshow so you guys can see that. Let's see, are you guys able to see this really well? Let me see what that looks like for you guys. Oh, good. That's perfect. This is exactly what I wanted you to see. So this is from Mark Hyman, who posted this, and this is the United States version. So 20, 30 years ago, maybe even 40 or 50 years ago, look at the ingredients in the McDonald's fries. Look, potatoes, beef tallow, salt. 3 ingredients in McDonald's fries. Look at the ingredients now. Look at this. There's milk all over the place. Nothing wrong with milk per se, but why do you need so much milk in your French fries? Dextrose, which is a form of sugar, wheat and milk derivatives, like meat derivatives for what? Hydrogenated soybean oil, which is a disaster for your arteries. Soybean oil, canola oil, corn oil, which vegetable oils in excess will cause inflammation. So parents are like, grandparents are like, it's fine. I ate that when I was a kid, babe. We're eating different food. We're eating frankenfood now. Why can't we just even eat? We'd even be better off if we just said potatoes, vegetable oil, salt. Where's the salt? Oh, Natural beef flavor contains hydrolyzed wheat and hydrolyzed milk as starting ingredients. Why do we have sodium acide pyrophosphate? Pyrophosphate. Why do we need that? It's cheap. People get to cut costs when they do that. So notice that the ingredient list is so big. Our food has changed. You are not eating the same food as you did, 30 or 40 years ago. And the crazy thing about fast food is that you don't get to really see the ingredients. When you go to a store, you get to see the ingredients. You can actually look at the back of the package. But McDonald's doesn't have to tell us what's in their food. They can just tell you how many calories it is and you call it a day. But look at this difference. Look at that. Some of you guys can't even pronounce pyrophosphate. And that's not a knock on your intelligence. You shouldn't have to. Why should you even have to know what that is? You know what I mean? Okay, next, Wonder Bread. This is a funny one because I didn't realize how many people ate white bread. My grandmother used to always have white bread growing up. And I can see why it wasn't doing as much damage then as it is now. Look at the difference. Wheat flour, fine. Water, sugar, yeast, salt, milk, butter. That sounds like some butter you make some bread you make at home now. Versus look at this. Enriched bleached flour, which means they stripped it of the any of the nutrients, water, high fructose corn syrup, which is an alternative to sugar. It's really, really hard for your pancreas to process. In large amounts, it can cause obesity. Yeast, fine. Soybean oil, again, a cheap oil, highly inflammatory. Wheat gluten, vinegar, calcium propionate as a preservative, monoglycerides, dicalcium phosphate, calcium sulfate, ammonium sulfate, sodium stearoyl, lactylate, that's some kind of milk thing, calcium carbonate, a dough conditioner, and then soy lecithin as an emulsifier. All of this has changed. So I know people like to make fun of crunchy parents, but I see why they're making that change, because really people who are crunchy are just going back to reality, just going back to the normal bread. This is just what you make in your kitchen. And a lot of people will mock, mothers and families who are interested in like more like healthy alternatives. Why would you want to put this in your body? And in fact, you can make bread like this for cheaper than Wonder Bread. You really can. So no, you did not eat this when you were a kid. You ate this when you were a kid, and now children are eating this as children. Next one, my favorite. You guys, I know. Holy Spirit help me. I just know that none of my clients are eating Skippy peanut butter. I just know you guys are not eating Skippy peanut butter. What? Peanut butter is literally the simplest thing you can make. Peanuts, salt, sugar. Why do we need all of this? And why do you need okay, you guys, I am a firm believer that peanut butter doesn't need sugar. Raise your hand if you think peanut butter needs sugar. Raise your hand. I'm a firm believer that peanut butter should just be peanuts and salt. Why? Peanuts have oil. Why do we need to add oil to the peanut butter? You can stir your own peanut butter. My goodness. You guys, why does peanut butter need sugar? If you get the peanuts right, they actually are kind of sweet. But you see, it's different. Skippy. Back then, they didn't want all this. Now they got all this. No, we're not eating Skippy peanut butter. Last but not least, this is one of my favorites. It bothers me so much. This right here was just fine. Water, sugar, potassium, lemon juice. But then they got fancy and they wanted to come up with all these flavors. Now listen, every once in a while, I still do Gatorade. You guys know I prefer a liquid IV and I prefer lemon water and salt. And if I'm with an athlete, then we'll throw some honey in there or some agave or some sugar. We're fine with that. But Gatorade, even our beloved sports drink, has changed. You did not eat the same thing as we did as children. Even I can recognize that ingredients have changed, like popcorn. Popcorn used to just be like popcorn, salt. corn, salt. Now it's like 50 million other things. And this is just in the United States. What I want to show you guys next is the difference between food in the UK and food in um, the United States, because this is why when you go to other countries that have different regulations and different restrictions on food, you feel better eating the food. It's a fact. What's shameful is how expensive normal food is. We call it organic. Normal food that is not riddled with ingredients that are unnecessary. So I stopped sharing that one. Let me share this one with you guys. This is actually a blog post from, her name is Food Babe, and I love this article. I've used this frequently to speak with clients. So let me share with you guys this. So shout out to Food Babe. Okay. This is McDonald's fries in the US. We just looked, oh my gosh, look, there's another ingredient. Let me see if I can pronounce it. Dimethyl polysiloxane. Let me see what that is. Dimethyl polysiloxane in food is a silicone-based anti-foaming agent added to some foods to prevent oil splatter. Ciao. So we need to prevent the oil from splattering in a kitchen? Lord have mercy. Jesus help us. Potatoes, vegetable oil, dextrose. 3 ingredients. 4, salt is added after cooking. Instant oatmeal. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at this. So this is from the UK over here. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my rule is if I can't pronounce some of the ingredients, then I don't eat the food in general. Now, that logic doesn't always work, because sometimes they're explaining what a vitamin is. Like for here, some of these are vitamins, so that's different. So let's stick up here. Whole grain oats, okay. Sugar, okay. Creaming agent. Why don't they have a creaming agent? Artificial strawberry flavor. Wait, they just have strawberry pieces and raspberry pieces that are freeze dried. Guar gum, artificial flavor, citric acid. That must be for the vitamin C. What the heck? Do you see the acidity of this all? Is that a word? Asinine? The acidity of it all? The lunacy of this? Massive difference. So when you guys are in other countries, this is why you feel better. This right here. Okay, Mountain Dew. Let's go with something that's not even healthy. Let's go with the soda. Okay, here we go. Carbonated water. Oh, look at that. They use sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup. Potassium sorbate. So sodium benzoate has been proven to cause cancer. We keep using it. Sodium citrate, erythorbic acid, calcium disodium EDTA, brominated. Why do you need vegetable oil in Mountain Dew? Why do you need vegetable oil in Mountain Dew? Yellow number 5. Massive difference. And I think it's really important to be aware of this so you know that this is not normal. So I know people are like really like people JFK, RFK Jr. is really polarizing. He's an interesting character in my opinion. But one thing that he does have right is his attack on the FDA and their food regulations. That's one thing he has correct, because they allowed all of this. They said that this was okay. Tomatoes, vinegar, sugar, salt, spice, and herb extracts. Why do we have all of this over here? Corn syrup, corn syrup. Why is corn syrup listed twice? Salt, high fructose corn syrup, and then, oh, and regular corn syrup. So they have not only regular corn syrup, but high fructose corn syrup. Tomato concentrate. So this is what, Make America Healthy Again is really about. It's like, okay, which, he's got his stuff going on, you guys know he's got his issues, but this right here, this is what we're trying to get back to in the community, because you guys, what I think a lot of people don't realize is food alone, like eating healthy food, will change your body composition. It will. Um, so let's see. This is next. Doritos, Cool Ranch. Okay. Massive difference. Massive difference here. Artificial color red number 4, blue, sodium caseinate, citric acid, disodium inositate, and disodium guanylate. Let's look up what that means. Disodium guanylate. Disodium guanylate is a food additive that enhances the flavor of many foods. It's often used in processed foods like snacks, soups, and cured meat. And this is why I don't eat fast food. This is why I don't eat junk food. So I will go out of my way to go find the Siete version of this or the Trader Joe's version of this because it's actually designed, like these things down here are designed for you to be addicted. It's very scary. Okay, Frosted Flakes, same thing. Corn, sugar. This is actually not that bad. They just have more vitamins down here. Okay, so I think that's it. That's all I wanted to go over with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing that screen. But it's really important that you understand how foods are made in certain countries versus the United States because the foods are designed for you to keep eating and to keep buying. They're not designed for your health. And so when people say, "Oh, I ate," my grandmother ate this food or I ate this food when we were younger, they're talking about a completely different product. Completely different product, which means they were not inclined to obesity as much as we are because those foods were made with non-processed foods. They were made with ingredients that your body still had to break down. When I showed you guys the picture of the bread, they used real flour, real wheat, sugar, basic foods. They didn't give you a high fructose corn syrup that your body never has to break down. They didn't add disodium, guanylate so that you could keep eating slices and slices of bread. It's hard to binge eat on food that is natural. It's hard to. That's why you keep that food out of your house. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys and let you know that our food has changed. It is processed and it is poison. And so you have to be careful about what you're purchasing and look at the ingredients. Now, listen, do I go out to eat? Yes. They put all kinds of crazy stuff in foods out at restaurants. Do I have, okay, I'm lying. I don't eat Doritos, but I will go find the Siete version of Doritos, that's less processed. Because yeah, I'm not going to put myself in a position to eat those foods, to eat the foods that are damaging not only your health, but also your psyche. Because one thing that we don't talk about is the psychology of food and how when you eat processed foods, it actually trains you to be addicted and it heightens the flavor. So things that are super palatable, that last ingredient we looked at, things that are super palatable, meaning your palate loves them, you will keep eating those things. So these foods are designed for you to be obese. Now, my tinfoil hat says they want you to be obese because then you have to go to the doctor, then the medical pharmaceutical companies get paid and all this other stuff. But I'll take off my tinfoil hat for now and just be a health coach. All right, you guys, make good decisions with your food. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.